What's up, everybody? John here. We had somebody ask a question in the answer to yesterday's response, and so I want to thank you, Synaptic Approach, for being the first one. I appreciate the support. Another fellow stand challenger, so check out that page as well. But the question is, what's the most common mistake founders make in the startup phase when it comes to money? Now, let me just caveat that I am not a startup phase expert. I think we're all here trying to experiment in that department. But I have managed money in corporate finance for 25 years, and I have consulted some people in businesses in the past. And I would say that the biggest mistake is just not having a money plan, period. Like, you need to have a plan. You need to have a business plan, and that business plan needs to have a financial component to it. You need to understand where the revenues are coming from. You need to know what the expenses are. You need to know what your margins are. You need to have projections, because you're going to have people who depend on you. Your business is going to depend on you. Tracking that money, knowing if you're in the green or if you're in the red. All of these things are important, and a lot of people overlook this because this is can be confusing, and that's why we have a whole profession for that. So that's just my opinion, but I have a little treat. I'm going to load up the Money Wizard here. It's a special GPT that I trained on my belief for personal finance. Now, Money Wizard is on personal finance, and it's not really trained on business, but I'm curious to see what it thinks about the answer that I gave. And let's see how the Money Wizard responds. Hey, Money Wizard, I got a question about what is the biggest money problem or mistake do startup founders make? And I answered with the biggest problem, in my opinion, probably is going to be, if I had to guess, is that they just don't have a plan for cash from the beginning. They may have a business plan, but they don't have a money plan. They don't know their revenues and expenses. They don't know their margins. They don't know, they're going to have forecasts. And if they don't even know what these words mean, it means that they might have to do a little homework or plug into something like this. What do you think, Money Wizard?
Absolutely, you're spot on with that insight. One of the biggest pitfalls for startup founders is exactly what you mentioned, not having a clear plan for their cash. They often dive into the exciting part of the business idea, but forget that the money side is what keeps that idea alive. So here's a little Money Wizard wisdom for them and for you to share. 1, start with a simple cash plan. That just means telling your money where it needs to go before it even comes in. Every time you earn, think a portion to spend on essentials, a portion to save for your stability, and a portion to invest so it grows over time. Make it automatic. Once you've got that plan, set up a system so that each dollar knows its job automatically. This is what we call the cash plan engine. It means your bills, your savings, and your investments happen without you having to stress over them every month. Check
Thanks.
in and adjust.
We're gonna stop there, Money Wizard, because I know that you're geared to you have certain prompts to help users get going, especially trying to help those who may be stuck or lost. And so, she can keep talking. And so, if you like what you just heard, check out the Stand Store. There's a link there to a product, and I can give you access to this. I will be a caveat that I believe only ChatGPT Plus users can access this, and that's a separate charge that's done by OpenAI, but kind of cool. So thank you for the question. I hope that answers it. Check y'all later.
Absolutely, and thanks for sharing that.